Welcome back to another episode of I don't know what to call this YouTube channel. I'm your host, Lexington Jones. Unfortunately, I don't have my co-host, Bronxy. He's in an intense game of fetch with his sisters. But today's video is a packed, full video, and I want to get right into it. We were talking about your booking software and your automations. Your automations consist of your PMS and your pricing software. So the major two booking softwares are Airbnb and Vrbo. There are other ones like Booking.com and Agoda. However, we typically only use Airbnb and Vrbo. Quite frankly, in the Grand Canyon, we're so booked up that we only use Airbnb. As for your PMS or property management software, there are tons of them out there. I quite frankly love Guesty, and I started with Guesty in the beginning, and I've just kept with them this entire time. They make it easy to join your Airbnb and Vrbo calendar together. They make your messaging with your guests and your cleaners super seamless and super easy. I just overall really enjoy using Guesty. This is not sponsored by any of these softwares, Airbnb, Vrbo, Guesty, or Price Labs. However, these are just my favorite. As for your pricing software, again, there are so many that you can use. There are built-in ones on Airbnb. However, I personally like Price Labs because I think the UI and the UX is done really, really well and really, really cohesive. Yes, there is a substantial fee. However, I think it's very much worth it. So without further ado, I want to show you how to create an Airbnb listing. I've done this in past videos, but I'm actually going to create the listing in front of you guys so that you can see the nooks and crannies of how I create the listing, and you can kind of take notes, and I'll walk you through everything as I go through it. Instead of having to just explain it to you, I would rather show it to you. Quick caveat, from a system standpoint, I have created a brand new Airbnb account that is just for hosting the actual listing. And then my personal Airbnb account is the co-host that runs the listing. I personally like that a lot better because you'll see in the future, we do messages to our guests that we say we have to talk to our management. That management message will come from the Airbnb channel that's not your personal account. So for example, we have Grand Canyon Glamping as the account that hosts the listings. So the listings are owned by Grand Canyon Glamping, and then Lexington Jones is the co-host that runs the account. I've done this for a couple of reasons. One, because if someone ever wanted to buy the account, I would want to sell the actual listings, the reviews, etc., all in one sellable asset. Instead of, if they bought it, they would have to buy my personal Airbnb account, and I didn't want to have to sell my personal Airbnb account. Instead, they can just buy the business account, and that can all be sellable. And why do I have my personal account talk to guests? Basically, I found that guests like putting a name and face to the conversation, makes it more personal, makes it more like this is a family-owned business and not some type of big corporation that is just taking their money. So let's jump into it. We're going to create new listing. Welcome back, Stargazing. Tell us about your place. Let's get started. Next. All right, so this is important. The first one, which of these describes your place, this is important because Airbnb will use what you choose as part of their categories section. And choosing the right description of your property is very important because that's how they're going to identify what your property fits in within their category. So which of these describes your place the best? It's an Airstream, so it would be a camper RV. Click next. What type of place will your guests have? They have the entire Airstream, so we put entire place. Enter your address. All right, so once you put your address in, now it's time to talk about the basics of your property. Our property offers 2, 4, 6 guests. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 beds, 2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom. And again, our RV, our Airstream basically separates the bathroom and the bedroom, and then the living room and everything else into one section. So it's 2 different sections. We say 2 different bedrooms, and this Airstream has a pull-out couch that sleeps 2, another couch that sleeps one, another couch that sleeps one, and then a California king in the back that sleeps two comfortably. We get tons of families, like couples with their kid, that all three in the bed, and they sleep completely great. What do we have to offer? We have a kitchen, we have a TV, we have no washer, free parking. There is a dedicated workspace. Actually, let's not click that. Free parking on premises, no air conditioning, no pool, no hot tub. We have a patio. We have a fire pit, outdoor dining area. Perfect. We have a smoke alarm, first aid kit, fire extinguisher, carbon monoxide, new line, or next. Now it's time to drag in our photos. All of our photos right here. We're going to copy and pull them all into. In future videos, I might do a video on how I take photos and then how I edit them. I genuinely think that it's such an art in creating photos for Airbnb. I come from a content creation background, so the idea of shooting properties and locations and highlighting them best ways is something that I have actually been previously trained on. So this is a video I actually do want to make in the future, because I think it's such a crucial part in making your listing to have great photos. If you're going to spend money on such a beautiful property and then take iPhone photos that are just terrible, you're really doing yourself a disservice. Like, spend the extra $600, $1,200 on getting great photos, and your listing will, I promise you, will rent out so much better. All right, so one caveat is that Airbnb is actually changing the size of your photos. So if you upload anything that's landscape or vertical, it's going to make it a square. So that way, basically, if you think about how Airbnb is thinking, they're like, we want to optimize for both vertical and both horizontal. So in order to do that, we'll just crop down the horizontal ones and crop down the vertical ones. So when you're taking your photos, or if you're paying someone to take your photos, make sure that they're thinking with that in mind. Make sure that they know if they take a landscape photo that it's going to be cut down on the horizontal edges, and if they're taking a vertical photo, that it's going to be cut down top and bottom. So why is that main photo so important? The main photo is so important because Airbnb is a lot like Google, or a lot like YouTube, a lot like any of these softwares. Basically, they prioritize listings that get clicks. The more clicks they get, the more they'll push your listing. So how do Airbnb listings get more clicks? Is by having that first photo. So Airbnb will prioritize listings that have a great photo that get more clicks, because the more clicks they get, then the more opportunity that they will be converted into bookings, and the more bookings they have, the more money Airbnb makes. So if Airbnb wants to make more money, then they need to prioritize the listings that create more bookings, and in order to create more bookings, they need more clicks on each booking. They need to prioritize the listings that are getting the most clicks. Therefore, if you have a great cover photo, you'll get more clicks, which will lead to more bookings, which will lead to more money for you and for Airbnb. We have uploaded all of our photos. We're going to click next. Now it is time to give our little Airstream a title. We are going to call it Stargazing, Glamping, Grand Canyon, Stargazing Canyon, Gypsy. Next. So let's go back to that actually real quick. Stargazing, Grand Canyon, Gypsy. Why did I choose those names? Stargazing because that is our company name, Stargazing. Grand Canyon because we wanted to push our destination that people are already going to. As I talked about in choosing your location, right? The 60-30-10 rule. You got 60 minutes to the nearest big city, 30 minutes from your final destination, and 10 minutes from civilization. That 30-minute mark, right, is your final destination. That's where people are already going to. So let's market towards that. Let's market towards what people are already traveling to. So if you're in the Smoky Mountains, using Smoky Mountains in your title is probably a good choice. a good descriptive word of your property. So I use stargazing, Grand Canyon because it's the final destination, and then Gypsy is the specific unit. Now, Gypsy is mostly for us and to tell our guests which specific unit they're going to. We're actually going to change this and add glamping. Right now, they put a cap on 32 characters. However, you are able to make this a little bit longer later. We're going to press next. Now let's describe your camper. I think this is really important as well. We typically want to choose buzzwords to help Airbnb prioritize our listing. We like putting rare, in nature, and memorable. You're only allowed to use 2. So typically we like doing memorable, and then it's between in nature and rare. It's kind of whatever I'm feeling at the moment. Let's do in nature because that, I think, from a consumer standpoint, people are going to want to travel for us for the nature and take photos. It's very memorable. So next, now it's time for a description of the property. All right, description of your listing. We put this all in caps. Before booking, please read the entire listing because we have very important information that guests need to know before they book. Like, in the winter, we don't offer running water because our pipes freeze and crack. As of right now, we're going to try to change that in the future. However, it is a very, very large investment that we have to put into the property. So for now, we don't have running water in the winter. We provide gallons of water for them to wash their hands, flush the toilets, etc. But we don't have actual running water. So that's what we put in the beginning. And then just want to get away from coming to the Grand Canyon. This is very typical in all of our listings. If you have multiple listings, you can kind of copy and paste. That's what we're doing. Finish up and publish. Let's publish this thing, baby. Next thing before you go is choosing your nightly rate. Do their recommendations for now. As I've mentioned earlier, we're going to use Price Labs to adjust our pricing. So no worries about setting your pricing here. We like putting first 3 bookings 20% discount because Airbnb prioritizes listings that do that. We have found. We've clicked it on new listings, and we have not clicked on new listings, and the new listings that do have the discount, quite frankly, get booked quicker. And when you get booked quicker, Airbnb will then say, okay, this is a hot listing, let's push this more. The whole idea is to build momentum with Airbnb. Once you build momentum with Airbnb, you are rocking. Dangerous animals, weapons, security cameras. We do not have any of these. We will be putting security cameras in the future. When we do, we will obviously check that mark. We only have security cameras that are facing our solar panels and our batteries because actually recently we had someone come onto our property and just kind of check everything out. So just from a security standpoint, you're investing a lot of money into your property. You want to make sure things are secured, but I will tell you what, do not have any security cameras pointing anywhere near where people are living or staying. We have no cameras pointing inside. We have no cameras inside whatsoever, but we don't even have cameras pointing inside the where you could, like inside of a window or outside pointing at the front door. We have nothing like that. We strictly have a couple cameras pointing at the solar panels and batteries. Now, here's another pro tip. You can also have your cameras pointed at your propane / your water so that you can check the levels remotely. So if you have Wi-Fi and you have your camera set up where you can check it remotely, you're able to check the levels yourself instead of having your cleaners check it. That is also a pro tip that we like to use sometimes. So we're clicking no to security cameras, weapons, or dangerous animals. Let's go to the next one. It's time to publish. Let's publish this thing. Let's go. Congratulations, Brian. All right, so that's like the first 20% of it, right? We then now have to go into it and really edit this listing and make it what it needs to be. So we're going to dive into this thing. First thing we're going to do is photos. This cover photo, I'm not a huge fan of it. I like the photo. I don't like it for the cover photo. We're going to scroll down. I want the fire blazing. I want some nice pergola lights. Ooh, I like this one because it's sunsetty. I think this one is it. It's either of these two. I like this one. So we're going to go here, make cover photo. Boom. That's sexy. We can press the little I button so that we can see what it looks like. As I said, right, it's going to chop into square. And that's why we chose this one, because we knew it would chop into a square. This is a little off-centered so that it would chop here, and that would be too far to the right. Love the photo. We just want to make sure that the cover photo is getting the amount of clicks that we need. So we'll do that. And then your first 5 photos are important, right? Because that's what then is going to get the next selling point. What we typically want to do is do 3 interior photos and 1 more exterior photos, or 2 and 2. So what we'll do is we'll scroll down. I like getting a different angle of it, so I love this one. We're going to scroll this up, and it's just a simple drag and drop feature computer would like to ever load. There we go. We're going to go there. Then we're going to get a great shot of the master bed there. Then we're going to get a great shot of the living room. And then, quite frankly, I really like yeah, sure. Let's do this. A little kitchen action. All right, so we got 2 exteriors, then we got the living room, the bedroom, and the kitchen. I think that's a good order. Let's refresh this and check it out. Yeah, that looks good. We got banger photo here. We got living room, bedroom here. You know what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to change the order of this. I'm going to drop that down to there and see how that looks. Yeah, I like the little separation. So you have this, but then you have an exterior here. It makes your eye go to the most 2 important things, which is where you're going to be sleeping and the living room area. And then you have another exterior banging shot right here. And then you have the kitchen right there. All right. So photos look good. We are then going to go back to this part. We're going to go listing basics, Grand Canyon, and this. So as you can see, it was 32, right? 29 characters out of 32 characters. Now we got 50. Little pro tip right there. You get more characters later. So make a title for it, and then you can change it. We're going to add glamping just to throw that extra little zhuzh in there, right? The extra SEO selling standpoint that we just want to add, right? So internal name, we're going to call this Gypsy just for our own records. We have the Nomad, as you can see. We have Phoenix. We have Traveler. Just making new names. Custom link, baby. I did a whole video on custom link, but make sure you get your custom link. So English, we're available. We're going to add some amenities. Let's do it. So we have all of this. All right. Once you go through all of your amenities, you will go back out. Number of guests, custom link. We're down here. Address, neighborhood description. All right. Next is neighborhood description. We'll save that. After that is getting around. We talk about where to fly into the airport, and then the roads conditions. Scenic views, ours is not really mountains, desert view. Categories, we have no control over the categories. That's something that Airbnb does for us. But then this is the next part that you want to do, is this is where you choose the photos for each location. So we have full kitchen, living room, patio, exterior. Good, nothing shared with other people. Now this is where you can add your photos for each one. So bedroom 1 will have this photo, and save. Bedroom 2 will have this photo, this photo, this, that. Then we're next, and that is how you organize your photos. Great, so that is your listing details. Next is pricing and availability. Let's click that. Again, we're going to keep this how it is right now. Nightly price USD, all going to stay the same. We're going to do all of this in Price Labs. So let's go to cleaning fee. We offer a $55 cleaning fee. However, I know that there is a back and forth between putting no cleaning fee, working in with your nightly rate. We found that since the cleaning fee is $55, we just add it. It makes it a lot easier for our accounting. So we put $55 in there. We put $25 for dogs. For dogs or pets, we put $25. We do not have a linen fee. We do not have a resort fee, management fee, community fee, extra fee, guest fee, weekly night price. That's crazy how many fees you can offer. We do not do any of those. Minimum stay is 1 night. Maximum stay is we do 35 nights. That's just something that we do. We've never had a guest stay longer than a week. So it's not really a big difference to us. Advance notice. Our latest that you can book the reservation is about 3 or 4. That is our cutoff time. Preparation time, availability window. We do 9 months in advance. Restricted check-in or check-out days. Nope. This is where you can calendar sync if you are going to do VRBO. You can also do calendar sync within Guesty. I actually recommend doing it through Guesty instead. It makes it a lot easier the way they have it set up. So after that, you're going to go to policies and rules. We do a firm or non-refundable. So instant book, we have that on. We don't need them to have a good track record, but we do make sure that they book, do a pre-booking message. We say, hi, please provide a little bit about who you are and who is coming, as well as your plans while you are staying with us. We like doing that because we like to know a little bit more about why people are coming and staying with us. A lot of that is for research purposes, but it's also good to know. We do allow that. We do not allow events. Yes, that is okay. Quiet hours is after 10 p.m. Not 10 a.m. 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. Save. Check-in window is at 3 p.m. We actually changed this checkout to 4 p.m. as our other rentals need priority to get cleaned as well. Checkout is at 10 a.m. Number of guests is 6. We do require a profile photo. I think it's sketch if people do not have a profile photo. So get a profile photo if you do not have one. All right, so next is adding your co-host. As you say, Stargazing Grand Canyon is the admin. However, I make myself, okay, I'm not sure if you can see this, but I'm accepting the invite. Perfect. I then refresh this. And your boy is now a co-host. I then set myself as the primary host. That way I can control all payouts, I can control refunds, etc., etc. However, the listing is owned by Stargazing Grand Canyon so that it can be sold one day if needed. Great, and that is pretty much it. Next is Price Labs. Next is adding Price Labs. Again, I will do another video on how to do your Price Labs or how to do Price Labs. If Price Labs pays me, hey, daddy's got to make money. hey, if Price Labs pay me or Guesty pays me, I will do another video. If probably, I'm saying that as more of a joke, I will probably just do it regardless if I get paid. I am a big advocate of only doing sponsorships that I actually use, and whether I get paid or not, I'm still pretty much going to do it because this content is for you, not for them, not for me, not for anyone, but for you guys. So if it is a valuable piece of information that you guys want to know, I will do it. I think that is everything you need to know about your listing. And last thing, having your own personal booking website, I think is important, yes, but not in the beginning. What you want to do, and I will do a video on this later, is collect emails and collect past traveler information so that you can start creating a database of people that have stayed at your property or like-minded people that have stayed at your property. So with that being said, I do think having your own booking website is important, but not in the beginning. In the beginning, what you want to do is have cash flow. You want cash flow coming into your property through Airbnb. Pay them their percentage. Yes, it's fine. Pay them percentage. It takes 3% off of you and 14% off the guest. Just pay it. It's way too hard to start trying to think, how am I going to get leads and convert those leads into sales when there is such a great booking platform such as Airbnb that just gives you new clients and handles payment processing. Like, trying to handle those as starting your glamping business is way too hard. So that concludes how to start a glamping business. Our series, our 8, 9, 10 part series. I'm not sure how many parts it is. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope that gave really good insight. Now, this channel doesn't stop there. I'm going to keep on documenting my experience, what I learned, what I improve on, etc. throughout this whole process. But what I needed to do as quickly as possible is get a body of work, a body of videos that I could get out as quickly as possible. And I know it took a little bit of time, but to get out as quickly as possible so that you guys can start your own glamping business. If you want to work with us on your glamping business, we can either provide land, the unit/structure, utilities, or the management. Those are the 4 real things that you need in order to start your glamping business. However, if you want to do it all by yourself, I got videos. I got free content that you can watch and literally start yourself. That's how we did it. I wish I had me when I was starting the YouTube, when I was starting my glamping business. But now that I have done it, I have recorded it, documented it for you so that you can do it. Awesome. With that being said, I'm so excited to start this next part of the YouTube channel, which is fun videos. Like, I'm going to give you a tour of all of our units. I'm going to do tips and tricks on how to scale your business, etc. It's been a long time coming, but I'm glad I got these videos out for you. If you have any future videos that you want to be shot and explained or walked through or seen how I have accomplished certain things, leave a comment below and I will get to it. Also, hey, if you have watched 1 through whatever number we're at, like and subscribe. That is the free thing that you can do to support yeah boy. All right. Now let's go to the fun content. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.